Okay, guys, it's your boy Bobby the Boss Man from Boss Fish Specialty Cichlids, Boss Fish Aquatics, and now the new podcast called The Fish Room. This is where we all sit back and chat about what we love. Um, Maybe even things that we don't love. Whatever, man. Just let me know what you want to talk about, and we'll get into it. Just to explain a little bit about what our podcast is going to be. Uh, you know, we all love fish. We love our aquariums, but also know that we love a lot of other things that we get into in daily life. For example, for me, I mean, I'm originally a pipe fitter. I have been for about 25 years. I got five boys. Well, actually, I have four boys that are my own and a stepson. So that's five kids that I raise. I do have a small business breeding fish and aquarium services in my area. And it's Boss Fish Specialty Cichlids. You can find us at the website at bossfishspecialtycichlids.com. Enough of the plug. But anyway, we got a couple of segments, man, and I just been trying to play around with this, man. This is the first attempt at a live stream, and we'll see how this works out. So the first thing I would like to offer you guys to get involved with is what is in your fish tanks, man. I know we all have all different types of fish. African cichlids, Central American cichlids, guppies, shrimp. Let us know what's in your tanks, man. Like I'd like to hear what you guys have and talk about it. Another one is, and hopefully this doesn't offend anyone, since New Jersey has passed a marijuana law, I want to know what you guys are smoking on. At the moment, I'm smoking on some train wreck, and it's good. So if you hear a little bit of coughing, that's what it's from. I do not have the COVID. Anyway. And the last but not least, at the end of the broadcast, we'll be talking about what our dream fish are, what kind of fish we would love to have. And then we'll sit back and talk about if we can find those fish, because I know some of these fish are really hard to find. I'm still looking for a certain fish, and I've been looking for months, and I can't seem to find anything. We'll get into what that fish is later. So that being said, my engineer slash son, Chase, is not here. He had to go to work today. He works at Five Guys. Hopefully he'll bring me back a burger. And so bear with me with clicking all the buttons and everything like that. If you hear something out of nowhere like that, that was an accident. Don't take offense to it or make fun of me. I'm getting the hang of this. So let's see. What are we gonna do? I think we got a caller. I'm actually going to call him. He agreed to be on the podcast with us tonight. His name is John Seikali. I don't know if I said that right, but we'll find out. Hello. Hey, what's up, man? I'm good, bro. I'm good. I don't know. I can't hear you. I don't know if it's me or what's going on. Hold on. There you go. There you go. Sorry about that, man. I was pushing buttons. How's it going, man? I told you that you're going to be my first live stream guest on the Fish House podcast, man. And thank you for doing that. So I did say your name, and I think I might have said it wrong. So how do you pronounce your last name?
My last name Saykaly. Saykaly.
Oh, okay. I almost got it right.
No, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. What's your name, man?
I'm Bobby, man. I'm Bobby. Yeah, I think we spoke before, man. I'm pretty sure we've spoken in the past on Messenger.
Yeah, I'm not your messenger, but I've seen you grow. I've watched you grow. I've seen what you've done. It's impressive. It's impressive. In fact, it's kind of what I was trying to gunning for, but I went into a different direction. But I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing, my man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's tough. You kind of go back and forth with what it is you actually want to do. There's so many different, fish and aquarium things going on out there, and
There's a lot of avenues. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So, I just kind of just stick in my lane, man. I like doing certain things. I like certain fish, so I breed only the fish that I like to keep on my own. Or if somebody, asks me for a certain fish enough times, I'll see if I can breed them and have them on hand.
So you seem to be the African kind of fish guy.
Oh, yeah?
You have a lot of African fish, African cichlids and all them.
Yeah.
But it seems like you're just now starting to branch out into the South American, Central American.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I've kept South and Central American for a while, but I wasn't really that big into them. I mean, besides Oscars, but yeah, man. Now it's like the more research you do and the more things you see, man. I just had to hop on it. There's a guy out there that I get my stuff from. As a matter of fact, his name is Kevin from Tangled Up in Cichlids. He's not too far from where I am up here, and anything that I need to get.
Where you at?
I'm in Rockaway, New Jersey.
Oh, you're in New Jersey, so you ain't that far, actually.
Nah, man, we're right here.
I'm in New Hampshire.
Oh yeah, that's not that far.
No, that's not that far, but the hobby ain't here. It's not on fire right now.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, there's not too many, fish plate. Well, there's a few fish stores out here, but not too many that I would get too excited about, though. You know what I mean?
No. So, may I ask, you run yours out of your house, right?
Yeah, I'm out of my house. I got a finished basement.
By appointment. So that means you get like a tax write-off and all that stuff because you have like an in-house business.
Yeah, all of that, man. And only reason I do get some pop-ins every so often because some people don't read the actual the lettering on the website
and all that.
But it's all good. That. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I can't turn someone away. I'll probably get in trouble for having a store in my house that I let people come in and out of all the time, but it's all good, man. I mean, the township and everybody knows.
Bags. They're like, yo, we need a van out here.
Yeah, the neighborhood is nice, man. Everybody knows me out here. Everybody's cool. It's better than selling crack out of the basement. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
But yeah, man, I set up at first I was trying to set up my garage, because I have a 2-car garage, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done in there. My 2 older kids moved out. And once they moved out,
I saw that. I've been following you for a minute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, once they moved out, man, I took the basement and I built my racks and I put my tanks in, and now that I'm looking at it, I got space for about 6 more tanks, man. I got the tanks in the garage, so hopefully by the the spring.
I saw you when you were just going through your thing, cleaning them all up and shit like that. I'm like,
yeah, man, I got the totes.
You built all them yourself?
Yeah, I built them myself. It's funny because all it is cinder blocks and 2x4s.
That's what I was doing down there in my basement, cinder blocks and 2x4s.
Yeah, man, it's like as long as you level them off and you scrape off the rough edges, they stack up with no problem. You don't have to put anything to fasten them.
You put some lights on there, and it blows.
Yeah, and the best thing about it is you can move it around if you want. So if you get bigger tanks or smaller tanks, all you got to do is, move them to the size that you want them to be. Yeah. What you doing, man? That's another thing we'll get to. So, New Jersey has the new legal marijuana law.
Really?
Oh yeah. So I was gonna. Yeah, it's new like the last 2 weeks or so, man. It's residential. What is it? Not residential. Recreational. And
shit, you guys got lucky then.
Yeah, and I heard you sparking the lighter. So what are you smoking on, bro?
Well, up here it's all fucking. It's still on the cover, we don't have no fucking. It's not legal here in New Hampshire yet. People have to go to Massachusetts or get a medicinal card. Blah blah blah. I just got my boys where, we just get our own and do our thing.
You know what? It's funny, man. I was watching the news today. Not the news, I'm sorry. Somebody sent me a link. There's a place down matter of fact, he didn't send me a link. I saw it online. There's a place out in Trenton, and this guy is basically selling illegal marijuana out of a store right across the street from Town Hall. Basically telling them to go fuck themselves. It's like he has his own dispensary that's not licensed. And it's crazy, man. It's like, and no one's doing anything about it.
But I that's risque.
Yeah, he's got some balls, boy.
So bust you, I mean, the 5-0 up here, I mean, they're not gonna fucking throw you on the fucking job. You got like a fucking sitting there smoking a joint, whatever. But you got a bag on there, you're getting fucking. You're going to court.
Yeah, and I know, man.
Like that up here.
I think the way they did it now is you got to have anything over 6 ounces. Anything under 6 ounces, you don't get in trouble for.
That's nice. That's nice. You know.
Yeah, man. So what kind of fish you keep, bro?
Right now, I'm South Central American cichlid. You know, I moved and I lost a huge match, and now I'm just fucking trying to regroup. I got 9 things up and running. I was following you for a minute, like, man, I was watching you build your fish room. I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing, you know?
Yeah, I was just doing a couple of sneak peeks here and there.
We got like 75 gallons to double stacked?
Yeah, I have the two middle tanks are 75s. The ones on all around are 55s. And I got 29s, I got 20s. Out in the other room, there's 2 rooms, and out in the other room, I got a 150, a 220, another 60, and then I'm setting up another 6 55s, and probably 4.
What are you doing? Just buy like batches of fry and growing them out?
Well, that's what I started doing. Originally, I started buying batches of fry, but then there's a lot of people out there that won't sell you fry. They won't sell you small fish. So I started to grab some big fish and try to breed them myself. It wasn't really working out. Then I found a couple of good connections, man. So, and then once I started getting a lot of quality fish, they started breeding on their own. So now, you know, every so often I get an order in. Yeah, I get an order in maybe once or twice a month, depending on how business is. But I got a lot growing out right now, man. I mean, I got fish that spit out at least once a week, you know, in different tanks. I'm finding fry every, you know. It's crazy, and I'm happy.
Do you feel like your African are spawning more than your South Central American?
Well, yeah.
I see you post a lot of them Africans. They're beautiful. It just really isn't my thing. I haven't got into that yet.
Yeah, well, you know what? They do mate more often, but I think it's because I have more of them. Right now I have my Salvinis that are spawning constantly, man, and it's like. It's getting to the point where I don't know what to do with them. You know, yeah, man, it's nuts. You know, I got my Africans. I got OBs. I got peacocks breeding. I got Mabunas breeding constantly. Shit, I even got
You get some nice lights. Like I said, I've been watching you and following you. You know, I mean, your fish are nice, and it seems like you're doing good.
Yeah, well, you know what, man? It's like this, bro. As long as I make enough money to keep the fish fed. And be able to continue to restock my supply, I'm happy with that for now. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah, because I don't do the online ordering. I tried it in the beginning, but when someone calls you up and asks you for a 5,000 order and you don't have it, that kind of makes you look bad. So until so until I'm ready to do the big bulk orders, man, you know, I do everything is all by Google. People type in local fish stores near me, and I pop up on the list, number 1 or number 2. And then they come on down. Oh yeah, man. I got a lot of good Google reviews. You know, it's like I spend a lot of time on the phone. You know, most people call me. We talk on the phone. You know, before they even come to see me, we try to get to know each other first. You know, I know I go into some of these places sometimes, and they don't even give you the time of day. You know.
Yeah, I know that, Doug. Shit.
And shit, even sometimes I forget. I go out and I wear my Boss Fish hat or my Boss Fish sweatshirt, and then it's like a fucking plague walked into the store.
You should wear that fucking shit loud and proud.
Yeah, man. I go in and they look at me, oh, like you're the fucking asshole, you know.
I'm now getting to that point. I got a marketer now that wants to fucking print me out some shirts and hats.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very small, but I've been following you and I've been telling my old lady, I've been watching you. I'm like, this guy's got a nice little fucking niche going on.
Well, you know what it is?
By the appointment, I like that. By the appointment, by your house, it's a tax fucking write-off.
Yeah, man. And you know what? You get to know people. Like I got people that I've never met before in my life. They came down, they spent an hour or 2 here. They left. They didn't buy anything. I'm like, okay, cool. A couple days later, they come back. They buy fish now. They call me first before they go anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
I'm
that means you're doing something right. In my book, that means you're doing something right.
yeah, I know, man, and I'm blessed to be like that because a lot of people get intimidated because I'm a big, scary looking guy, man, but I'm a nice dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I'm waiting.
No, I
I'm
get
waiting
it.
on this. What I was saying before, I even got Molly's fucking having babies left and right, and that was by accident. I bought something to put in the tank in my bedroom, like some Tetras and some Molly's and stuff like that. Now I'm like, I'm making tanks because they're spitting babies out left and right. Which is fine. It is what it is. That's why I told my son the other day. He comes downstairs. He goes, I say, hey man, I need you to do me a favor. He's like, what? I said, we got to set up some tanks. Yeah, we got to. He's got shit. He's got one in his room too. We keep the 3 groups of Frontosa in his room because he loves Frontosa. So we put him in his room. I don't ever even get to see them things. Yeah. He wanted them bad, and he waited and waited and waited until we were able to find a good deal. And then we got some, man. I got some red Frontosa. I got some MOBA. And honestly, I'm not a Frontosa expert. You know what I mean? Like, there was sold to me as Zaire and MOBA. And I had a conversation with someone the other day about, what's the difference? I know there's differences, but everybody says they have MOBAs and Zaires, but they don't look nothing like MOBAs and Zaires.
Yeah, no, there's slight differences in all of them.
Yeah, but they're pretty cool fish, man. But they're also one that takes forever to grow and takes forever to breed. But it's all good, man. I got patience. Like, fish like that, you just kind of feed them and walk away from them. I got to set up. Yeah, I got to set up these totes. I got these 275-gallon totes in the garage that I got to set up this spring because I got to make some room for the new babies that are coming in.
Babies, huh? Jesus.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So
God bless. You're on the right path, and you're doing a good thing, then.
Thanks, bro. I do appreciate it, man. I'm just here. I don't know. You know what it is, bro? It's like you said before, bro. Like, I feel you gotta do more than just collect fish. You could turn it into something completely different. You know what I mean? You could, do as much.
And that's where I'm trying to be at.
Yeah.
I love them. I collect them, but I'm trying to go to the next level.
Yeah, man. All you got to do is build yourself a brand, bro. You can't jump the gun. You got to start slow, start small. Make your presence known. You know what I mean? Like, get people to follow you. And
it's slowly growing, bro. It's slowly growing. People are starting to recognize it.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. So you got any new fish coming in?
No, not yet. Right now, I'm just trying to move some fish around.
Oh yeah, that's a daily process.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, that's cool, man. Make some room for whatever you got coming in. Hey, man, if you want, you could.
I gotta get my ass to fucking bed here.
All right.
Man, I am so glad I got a chance to talk to you. To be honest with you, you are like somebody I've been looking up to for a minute.
Thanks, man. I do appreciate your support, bro. I'll have some more stuff coming pretty soon, bro.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'll be following it. I'll tell you what, if I can push anything your way, so help me God, I will.
All right, man. Well, what's your Facebook name and Instagram name so anybody that's listening can check you out?
My Facebook name, I don't have any of all that,
Oh, okay. Well, that's what we got to work on. I'll help you do that, man. I'll help you get all that social media crap in order.
That would be tight, man. That'd be tight. I really appreciate that.
All right, cool, man. Just keep a lookout. I'm going to be trying to do an episode every either once a week or twice a week. It depends on how this one works out. But we'll be in touch.
All right, man. Sounds good.
All right, brother. Take care, man. Nice talking to you. All right, man.
God bless.
You too. God bless. There you have it, man. It's like this guy here. I've been seeing him on Facebook for a while. He has some really nice fish. And just like there's a lot of you guys out there that I've watched, man. Like, I've gotten a lot of my inspiration by watching other people do things. That's why I always support other people's stuff, even if they don't support mine. Everybody has to start somewhere. Everybody has examples that they set or not set, but examples that they go by to kind of build themselves into the brand or the person or the business that they want to be. So I don't know, man. That was a good phone call. You guys should call in. You can call me in on Messenger, or you could call me on our business line at 862-209-0220, and also on Podbeam Live. If you downloaded the app and decided to follow this podcast, there is a guest and call-ins feature. And the only thing you have to do is send me your email, and I will send you a link. I can have up to 7 call-ins and 7 guests at a time, all on the live stream. So if you would like to be a guest and talk to your boy, just go to the Messenger. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking out of my ass here. Go to Podbean Live, click the live air podcast, and then there's a messenger board that pops up. Type your email into the messenger box, and then I will send you a request. If not, it's all good too, man. Just listen to me run my mouth. But anyway, and let's see. Hopefully I don't spend the other half hour talking to myself. Anybody out there that wants to hit me up and speak about something, give me a comment or a topic, and then we could build from there. I'm going to check my feed to see if there's anything going on. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to tell you what's in my tanks. Out of the 27 or so tanks that I have set up here at the fish house, I have one favorite, and it is the 180-gallon Central and South American tank. I have a few fish in there. I had started out with a lot of fish in there, but because of aggression, I had to move a lot of things around. But as of right now, I have a hybrid Jag Dovai, which I guess he got bounced around from place to place, and he just ended up in my hands. I have a ornate bicher. Very nice fish, man. Be careful because they will bite the hell out of you if you get too close to them. 2 King Kong parrots. These things are growing like you would not believe, man. I thought that they were going to be slow growing, but they're not. Another green terror. What else? The 2 Salvinis that won't stop breeding constantly. They've given me, I'm going to say, over 1,000 fry in the past 2 months. Half of them I just let nature take their course and left them in the tank, and they kind of got taken care of. But the other half I have growing out, which I cannot wait until I'm able to move them into a bigger area. I get so many requests for these fish, man. I got lucky. And again, I'll go back to plug my boy, man, Kevin from Tangled Up in Cichlids. I got the breeding pair from him. All I did was ask him, hey, man, try to get me a male and female. And he chose, and it worked. And luckily for me, I think what I have are the only ones that are not, well, obviously not the only ones that are here, but I don't think that certain fish from the part of the lake that it's from is going to be coming back again. So I'm very blessed to be able to breed these fish thanks to you, Kevin. You're the man, brother. Oh yeah, so we'll go back. So I also have a Jack Dempsey. There's a cool story about this Jack Dempsey. One day I was in PetSmart, and I'm walking down the aisle, and my son goes, hey, Dad, what is this thing? I'm looking. I said, it doesn't look like, I don't know what it looked like. It didn't have a tail. It was beat up and terrible looking fish, man. Like, I felt bad, so I bought it. I didn't think it was going to last a week. Almost 9 months later, you would never know that this thing didn't have a tail. It's like it just came out of nowhere, and it's probably one of the nicest fish that I have that I've grown out from an inch, which is, I think, is pretty cool. I can't seem to pair them up. She keeps killing every male that I put her near. So one of these days I'll have to try again. Yeah, so then I got I also have what I call pink albino tiger Oscars. These things are not the average looking albino tiger Oscars, man. They have a pink sheen and sort of like a neon pinkish reddish color stripes rather than orange. Very beautiful fish, man. I have 2 of them, And then the brothers and sisters, I guess there's 4 of them from the same batch. One of them looks like a typical black tiger Oscar, and the other is white with the same pinkish color sheen and the pink stripes, but has a fade from the middle of his body down to his back tail into like a dark grayish color. I can't wait till these guys get bigger. Hopefully they'll start breeding for me. I did hear that it was pretty hard to breed Oscars, but we'll see what happens. You know, what else? What else is in there? There's a probably a 4 or 5 inch chocolate cichlid in there. He's pretty nice. And then we got the number 1 guy in the tank. His name is Robbie. He is a correct. I apologize if I say this wrong. Robert Stoneye. I guess they call him the false firemouth. He's about 10 inches and he is the man. I've been having issues with him since I got him. When I got him, he had some kind of bacteria infection. He caused this big outbreak in all of my tanks. And then, I thought he wasn't going to make it. And then, just one day he just snapped out of it. And now he's running the show. It's a beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. When you guys get a chance, check out the Robert Stoneye or Robert Steneye or whatever it is you want to call it. Just look up false firemouth cichlid, and then you'll see him. Which I do have smaller grow outs in stock also, if you're available. I mean, if you want some, I got them. So anyway, again, you can give me a call at 862-209-0220 if you want to chat with your boy, or if you want to hit us up on Messenger, or just send us a message. Go to the message box, send me your email. I'll add you to the call, and we can talk. So anyway, let's get back to segment number 2. And again, I hope this doesn't offend anybody. I'd like to know what y'all smoking on. I'm smoking on something nice right now. I like to sit back in my fish room after a hard day of water changes and catching fish and, everything else I do, and light up a fatty. And here in New Jersey, it's legal now, so I could talk about it. What you smoking on? Hold on a second. Whew. So, there was a little bit of an awkward silence. Let's see what I got. We could talk about, I think I might just do a surprise call-in. Who am I going to call? Let's see. Let's call this guy. Let's see if he answers the phone. Hey, man, you guys are supposed to be listening out for my phone calls. I did tell you I would be calling you just randomly. Oh, here we go. Go back to the message board. Twilight Crush, huh? Wow. That sounds delicious. What kind of strain is that? Is that like an indica or a hybrid? I'm going to have to Google that. That sounds like something that I'd be interested in. So anyway, until we see if we get anybody else that's going to call in, I'm going to tell you guys a story. I don't know if it's boring, just let me know, and then I'll talk about something else. And if not, hopefully you enjoy the story. I don't know. I'm kind of just going off the cuff with this. When I was a kid, man, I remember having a fish tank in my house when I was a kid. I don't know if it was my house or a family member's house, and I do remember gawking at it. And then once I turned like 17 or 18 and I had a job and I had some money and I was able to do what I wanted to do with my money, and I got my first place, I bought a fish tank. And I remember I got a red Oscar and a Jack Dempsey. His name was Michael, and I didn't name the Jack Dempsey for whatever reasons, but the Oscar's name was Michael. It's one of the meanest fish that I've ever dealt with in my life. I had to, I used to chew through the divider. But anyway, my kids used to love looking at these fish. You know, I remember when they were babies, we used to just sit back and look at the tank. And I think at the time I had a 20 long or something like that. It might even have been a 10 gallon. I didn't have enough money to buy anything big. Back then, the tanks were really expensive. They didn't have $10 a gallon. But anyway, as I got older, oh, train wreck. Whoa. Anyway, as I got older, I got a 75 gallon tank. And back then, I didn't know anything about anything. I put water, a filter, dropped fish in there and fed them. I don't know how I kept these fish alive for as long as I did. I never checked the water parameters. I knew nothing about beneficial bacteria. I knew nothing about algae, ammonia, none of that stuff. But anyway, the story that I'm trying to tell is I had this bird, and it was a lovebird, and my son wanted to watch it fly around. He was about 2 years old, so I let the bird fly around. And after the whole night, I couldn't catch the son of a bitch. So I'm like, okay, you know what? The bird will be all right. I have to catch him in the morning. Went back to bed. I couldn't find the bird. Looking around all over the place. I'm feeling bad. I thought the bird flew out of the house. And all of a sudden, I hear this little voice saying, Daddy. I'm like, what, man? I can't find the bird. And he's pointing at the tank. He's like, the bird. I said, I know. I can't find the bird. I go over to the tank. The bird is floating on the top of the tank. And as I continue to look a little bit more and more, I noticed the African garfish that I had feathers in his mouth. What I think happened was the bird sat on the edge of the tank, didn't know anything about the fish. The garfish snatched the bird, pulled it underwater, and that was a wrap. I know it's a bit of a morbid story, but I thought it was kind of funny that my son was trying to tell me at 1.5 years old that the bird was floating in the tank, and I kept ignoring him. I had no idea what the hell he was talking about. You know, but among other things, you know, let's see. Hold up. I think I got a message here. Oh, it's a hybrid. Oh, okay. I got you, Lakeisha. I got to get me some of that, man. I got to see if they got any of that up here in Jersey. I will say that we'll get into the other segment I was talking about, which normally, from what I understand, it'll be timed out and then be a lot more people to talk. But until that happens, I'll just talk about these things on my own. So my fantasy fish would be, I have two. One is a panda gar. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it or seen one, but when I first seen it, I had, I'm talking to a guy on Facebook, and I'm like, hey, man, how much is that fish? I want one. Not realizing it's a 6 to 8 inch fish, and that the guy wanted $5,900 for this fish. I kind of laughed it off and thought, oh, this guy is crazy. But the deeper and deeper I get into this hobby, man, I realize, like some of these fish are beyond some of our reaches. And I know if I had some fish that almost nobody else in the world had, I would charge whatever I wanted to charge also. And the guys that can afford it would buy it. So shout out to the guy that was trying to sell me a $5,900 panda gar. If I remembered your name, I'd shoot you a shout out and a plug. I know you said you had a shop somewhere. So, thanks, man. You let me appreciate things a little bit better. I thought you were full of shit at first. So, yeah, man, I'm waiting to see what's going on. Who's going to call up? Who's going to hit us up? Is anybody going to hit us up? If not, we could ride this out to the end on our own, man. Go on my Facebook page, go to Boss Fish, click the link. As soon as you click the link, it'll bring you straight to the podcast. Make sure you do follow and subscribe. It does help me out a lot. And yeah, man, I appreciate you guys that are joining us. I appreciate my guy that I just got off the phone with. He is the man. And I do appreciate that, there's a lot of haters out there. There's a lot of haters out there, man. I even got friends that are the biggest haters I've ever had in my life, but I love them to death. But anyway, my point of what I'm saying is it feels good to see that somebody's watching you do good, and they appreciate the fact that you're doing good, because most people will shit on you while you're down, and then once you try to come up slightly, they'll shit on you again, man. So anyone out there that's been riding with me and supporting me throughout this whole thing, and again, like I said, I've been in the fish my whole life, but I've only went on board with my business a little less than 2 years ago, and things are just progressing. They're progressing a little bit quicker than I expected, but I'm prepared, man, because if it's easy, I don't want to do it. My son okay. Let's see. Your son wants to fish? Well, it depends, man. There's a lot of different fish out there, Lakeisha. You kind of got to know what I guess the way that I pick fish is obviously people go off the looks alone, which is the easiest way to do it. But you got to be more careful. You can't just mix any fish together. So if you like goldfish, fine, they're beautiful. There's a lot of different types of goldfish out there, but you can't put goldfish in with, say, a 12-inch jaguar. It'll swallow them whole. And speaking of jaguars, man, you guys out there that know me know about my jag that I've had for a while named Grim. The other day I came downstairs and this sucker wasn't doing good, man. When I got him, I won't say where I got him from, but when I did get him, he did have a parasite, and I had been medicating him for probably 6 or 8 months to no avail. I thought he was getting better. He literally sat on the bottom of the tank for 6 months, barely eating, looking like he was wasting away. And one morning I came down, he was swimming around. He started to do great. His eyes cleared up. And then he started growing a fungus. So rather than treat him from the fungus, I just gave him a fresh water change, put him in a bigger tank, and hopefully he would be okay. But then the fungus started to spread. So I decided to treat him for the fungus. Anyway, make a long story short, a couple days ago, or about a week ago today, I came downstairs and he was on the bottom of the tank dead, man. That bothered me because he was the man. Anybody that knows Grim, you could check me out on Facebook and go Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and you could see the jaguar cichlid, Parachromis metaguensis, is what I think their scientific name is. But anyway, I'm in the process of getting some more. I got 2 empty tanks right now, and I'm kind of past the whole excitement of grabbing big fish just so I can show that I have big fish. I have enough big fish already as it is. I need some little guys that I can grow out, let them pair up on their own. Hopefully I'm lucky enough to get a pair that starts breeding. And then once they do, I got a lifetime full of my favorite fish. I learned that from somebody out there. It's an older guy. You guys may know him, man. His name is John the Fish Man. He's on Facebook too, man. Check him out. But anyway, he told me, he said, stop buying these big fish. You have no idea where they came from, how big they are. I'm sorry, how old they are. And they're going to kill everything you have in your tank, and then you got nothing. Buy small groups, small as you can get them, for as cheap as you can get them, and get as many of you can, and just let them naturally do their thing. Before you know it, you'll have half the females in your tank holding, and then, you get lucky enough to have some really nice stunners that color up that you can sell. And then you can keep your breeding pairs. You can throw some in your show tanks, because I got tanks all over the house. I have 2 tanks upstairs that aren't for sale. Those are my personal show tanks. So thanks for your advice, John. I would call you, but it might be after your bedtime. He's a little bit of an older guy. But yeah, man. And again, I don't want to continue to plug myself, but check us out on Instagram under Boss Fish. Facebook, our business page is at BFSC20. Type that into the search bar, and then you'll see our business page come up. Most of our stock list is up to date on there. I do have a website, bossfishspecialtycichlids.com. It tends to be a bit of a pain in the ass to keep that one updated, but I've been working on it little by little, trying to dedicate a little bit of time every day to each one. And now with the podcast, I got another thing on my plate. that I need to make time for. But, you know, I love a challenge. You know, I get really deep into things that I love. You know, my kids tell me all the time, man. You know what I mean? It's like, I go hard, man. If you're going to do it, you might as well do it right and do it to the best of your ability. Anything other than that is unacceptable. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. So back to my tank. So now I'll tell you another story. Flower horns. You guys out there that breed flower horns and keep flower horns, man, you guys are Superman, because I have nothing but issues with mine. You know, first flower horn I had, female. She got sick. She didn't eat for 3 months. I had to, you know, medicate her with a syringe into her belly. She finally got better. 3-4 months later, now she's not eating again. I get a bunch of fry, a bunch of beautiful males with a lot of nice color, nice big swollen head. And next thing you know, their heads shrink and they hide in the side of the tank and don't want to do anything. So if there's any tips or secrets out there that you flower horn breeders have, man, hit me up. Let me know. Because like I said, I like a challenge. I'm not going to let them take me out. I'm going to figure out this flower horn thing one way or another. So yeah. I'll pick up my lighter. Don't be afraid, guys. Hit me up, man. Go to the messenger board. Hit me up. Let's see what we can talk about. Sometimes we got to humble ourselves, man. You know, make ourselves vulnerable. You know, go out of your comfort zone, do things that you're not used to doing. I'm doing this right here, right now. Years ago, you would never catch me talking live on anything. I didn't even like talking on the cell phone, or regular phone at that. So you kind of got to come out of your comfort zone, get familiar and get hip to these new things that the world has to offer now. It's not 1986 or 1978 anymore. You know, so I don't know, man. Maybe I'll play some music or something. Let's see. Sorry about the silence, guys. I'm just checking my emails here. All right, so let's get back to it. Let me tell you guys a little bit about myself, man. For those of you guys that don't know me personally, my name is Robert Mason, aka Bobby the Boss Man. I'm 42 years old, born and raised in New Jersey. I have an older sister, and I have had some stepbrothers in my life. Um, I got five boys, four which are my own. One is a stepson. I've been a pipe fitter by trade pretty much since I was 18 years old. Um, you know, I love it. I worked my way up. Then I went from a helper to a management to foreman to 22 and a half years later. After all the heavy lifting, I ended up almost breaking my back and ended up on workman's comp and having surgery last June. So once I had my surgery, or actually, let's take it back. Before I had my surgery and once I got injured, I was home, and COVID hit around that time. My kids were home. It was hard for me to keep up on the tanks that I had already. So that's when my kids kind of got involved a little bit more because they knew I was going to do it anyway. So they started to help me out. And one thing led to another, man. You know, I went down to South Jersey over by Trenton to go check out my guy, Cheech from Cheech's Cichlids. He sold me a 220-gallon tank for $200. It barely fit in my car. I brought it home and commenced to fill it with the biggest African cichlids that I could find. I think I went and found a guy online that sold me about 50 mixed peacocks and haps, and you name it, man. I had it, bro. All 5, 6, 7, 8-inch fish. Loaded up the tank. The tank was doing beautiful. But little did I know, those fish were filled with internal parasites. And someone had said to me, man, who would sell a couple $1,000s worth of fish to somebody for $300? I didn't think about that when I did it. I just got excited that I had something to fill this tank up with. On a ride home, probably 10 or 15 fish died in the bucket. Day by day after that, they started to die. Luckily, any of them that I sold to people didn't die. So I'm glad for that. I haven't had any fish that I've sold or given to anyone that died on me for any other reason. Well, actually one, I'm sorry. There's been an angelfish that got left in the bag in the car for a couple hours and didn't make it, but that was nothing I did. I don't know. Maybe I could have packed it a little bit better, but I don't know. But anyway, I lost track of what I was talking about. Oh, okay, let's see. Let's read the message board. Okay. All right, man. Tell the kids, Lakeisha from Los Angeles. They should probably start out with some really nice glowfish or tetras or anything small, any type of small schooling fish. All fish have aggression, but the smaller the fish are, I feel, the less the aggression. I could be wrong on that. This is just my experience speaking. There's a lot of nice fish out there, and also hopefully this coming spring, maybe early summer, I'm going to start steadily shipping throughout the U.S. I haven't had anything shipped out in the past couple of months. To be honest with you, man, I didn't trust it. Again, like I said, I'm not like some of you guys, man, that know everything about everything. I don't want to have my fish show up dead. And so, I just felt like it was just something that I didn't want to get involved in. I wanted to stay in my lane. I wanted to do what I do locally, and kind of branch off into other stuff. My dream is this is what I'm going to do. The plan is I'm going to have a fish store. I'm going to have a retail space, and my retail space will not be like most other fish retail spaces. There's a lot of places out there that frown, or actually not frown. They kind of just, if you're not like them, they you get frowned upon. And I just want to have a place for people like me, and I don't mean race or color or anything like that, because I have a broad spectrum of race and color friends and family. I'm mixed myself. I like to tell people I'm Irish, I'm German, I'm American Indian, I'm Black, and I'm part Bulldog. And then recently, doing some research, well, I don't know, maybe this is in my head, but I also feel like I'm part Viking. So if there was any half Black, half white Vikings out there, that's where I come from. And also, talking about Black Vikings, I'll plug myself again. Black Viking Entertainment is another one of my ventures. I do hip-hop instrumentals, record studio time. It will be something that would be updated on my website. I have to do some work on it so I can have everything listed and posted and links for everything. So anybody who like music, anybody who like to sing, come down, man. Record your songs. I got a couple connections. I'm not the man, but I do have a few places I can send some songs. Let's record something nice. Let's make some music. Let's have fun. Make sure you bring something good to smoke, because we don't smoke garbage around here. It's all Zaza. But yeah, man. So that's just another thing I get into, man. My kids have gravitated to that direction too. So, all right, so let's get back to it. My kids. I have a 22-year-old named Isaiah, my firstborn, my guy. I have a 20-year-old named Kanan, another one of my guys, man. Out of all of them, I think he's like my twin. He has my personality. He has my attitude. He has my mouth. You know, I don't know how many times we got into it a couple of times, and I feel like I'm arguing back at myself. And then I got my younger one, Chase, another twin. This kid here, man, he's working hard. You know, 17 years old. He's in high school. He's got a job at Five Guys. You know, he's starting to take care of himself. He helps out tremendously with the fish business. Without him, I wouldn't be able to do this. And then we got my stepson there, Andrew. He's 16 years old. Me and him bump heads a little bit, but I feel like we're trying to work it out. Kids are stubborn, but I used to be a kid, and I'm just as stubborn. but I'm working on that. And then there's a little guy, Ermias. Ermias is almost 2 years old. I never thought that I would have a child again. That this big lug, he doesn't need any more babies. All the shit I've been through in life, the last thing I was thinking about was having kids. But yeah, he's here. He's here, man. He's growing. You know, another part of the legacy. You know, I like to say I do everything I do for my kids. You know, I do more for other people than I do for myself, and I'm trying to work on taking care of myself a little more. But for my kids, I do everything and anything. It doesn't matter what it is. So, you know, yeah, man, that's a little bit about myself. Next time around, I'll see if I have it more mapped out and laid out and have more of a format. Honestly, this one was just a test run to see how I felt about doing the live show, which I actually feel pretty good about it. Hopefully, in the future, I'll get some more followers. I'll get some more listeners. I'll get some other people to go out of their comfort zone to call up and chop it up with me, talk some shit. And you know, that's that. So that being said, I'm going to sign off for the night. Get to planning out my next podcast. I got fish to feed. I got a dog to take out. And that's that. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening. Again, check us out on Facebook. BossFishSpecialtyCichlids.com is the website. Bossfish Instagram and Bossfish Snapchat. Facebook business page is at BFSC20. Hope to see you guys again. Had a great time, man. Thank you very much. Peace out, y'all.